All right, welcome back, everybody. We're going to react to two things tonight. First thing I'm going to try is reacting to a news clip from an interview with former President Obama about the video that was posted on Trump's Truth Social. It was classified as racial, depending on how you saw it. Um, from what I understand, I didn't even get to see the whole scenario because I was busy that Friday. But according to the scenario, somebody put together two videos. One was blasting the Democrats for, again, 2020 fraud, which I don't know why we're still on that topic, like now 6 years later. And they had rolled the final clip of this AI Jungle Book style animation defaming the Democrats. And at the end of the video, apparently they had the Obamas as gorillas. So I guess they streamed the first half of the Democrats' voter fraud accusation with the last part of the video showing the Obamas dancing around as monkeys. Yeah, and at the end of the day, that, to be honest, that's just straight bias, period. I mean, classifying people as animals across the board is bias and rather racist because you're already showing a level of hate towards that group of people, and then you're adding a classification of them being like this particular animal, that particular animal. So it is beneath a president to be doing that. I mean, especially if you allow your staff to do stuff like that. Trump is trying to deny all responsibility, but it's kind of funny he's doing that because he has been posting all kinds of crazy AI stuff. Even if it's not him, he's approving it. Now he's acting like he's not even approving this or he didn't approve it. I know he had to see it. He's got to approve everything that goes on his social media platform because he's quick to shoot down and blast anybody who speaks ill will against him or calls him out, or he wants to sue somebody for calling him out or reporting something that's factual about him that he do dirt. So we're gonna go ahead and look for that video. I have it in my watch later right now. All right, yes, here we go. We're gonna see what's going on with this video. I'm gonna react to it. So let's get down and see what's popping.
It is my honor to be joined by the 44th President of the United States, Barack Obama. Mr. President, thanks so much for joining me.
It is wonderful to be here, Brian. Thank you for having me.
So, as you know better than anybody, the discourse has devolved into a level of cruelty that we haven't seen before. What was disqualifying just a few years ago now not only feels fine, acceptable, but actually rewarded. You have administration officials saying that the victims of ISIS aggression are domestic terrorists. You have J.D. Vance coming out and saying that it's okay. You don't have to apologize for being white. Just days ago, Donald Trump put a
Yeah, I don't know where J.D. Vance is coming from with that. I mean, honestly, white Americans are still in the majority. We have probably an increase of immigrants of various cultures coming in, but again, I don't understand that. It's almost like he wants to say like, well, all these years of apologizing for crap in the past or apologizing for the way the work system is and this, that, and third, we don't want to do that no more. But, we need to have an all-white country, so we have to complain. And what Trump is pushing, no more immigrants. If you're already a citizen, you better have your paperwork to be a citizen. Other than that, you need to get out. Like that's insane. I just don't get it because that's almost like saying we need to go back to the white supremacy days where it's mostly white and we run this country. It's like, we're going backwards. All that nonsense between the 60s and 70s, and then we had a growth of integration between the 80s and 90s where we was trying to move forward. Like, what's going on here? Like, what the fuck? So all of a sudden, you know, we had the 80s and 90s and the mid 2000s. We were trying to move forward, and all of a sudden, between what 2016 and 2020, it all went to hell. Now we want to go backwards. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, integration right now is still going forward as fast as it can go based on who you like. And as you can clearly say, this country is so badly divided because a lot of people don't agree. People have made friends with all kinds of cultures. As long as you can get along, there's no need for that white crap talk. It makes no sense.
Picture of your face on an ape's body. And so again, this is kind of, we've seen the de-evolution of the
Right.
discourse. How do we come back from a place that we have fallen into?
Well, first of all, I think it's important to recognize that the majority of the American people find this behavior deeply troubling. It is true that it gets attention. It's true that it's a distraction. But as I'm traveling around the country, as you're traveling around the country, you meet people. They still believe in decency, courtesy, kindness, and there's this sort of clown show that's happening in social media and on television. And what is true is that there doesn't seem to be any shame about this among people who used to feel like you had to have some sort of decorum and a sense of propriety.
And he's right. I mean, he means basically, since social media has been inducted into almost everybody's lives as addiction, you're going to expect the unexpected. At this point, social media and the stuff that's going on is so far gone. People are also desensitized. They're numb to it. Some people just ignore it. You have people deleting their accounts that they've had for like 5, 10 years. Half the time there's no point in commenting on half the stuff. Like when I post random stuff depending on how I feel. If I have some backlash, half the time I ignore it because there's somebody behind the phone posting their comment or their opinion. Honestly, it's almost like watching a comedy show. To be honest, that's what it is. It's a comedy show. And the stuff that's going on right now, it's just fuel for the comedians right now. Again. So the comedian's going to eat this up. They're lighting his ass up right now. So he's being a bigger man and not responding. There is no need to respond. That video is bullshit. And whether people believe it was racist or not, to be honest, and I didn't get to see it, but from what everybody's saying, he had somebody post again, Democratic stolen election hypocrisy from 2020, which is 6 years old by now. He's already in office and you still talking about that. And then you have somebody else want to demoralize the Democrats as Jungle Book animals while he's king of the jungle as a lion. Again, that's just straight bias. And it's got some racial undertones because you're posing people you don't like as specific animals. And how they clipped it, again, they have this one rhetoric, and then you clip the final clip of the second run as just the Obamas and strung it together and posted on his Truth Social. Of course it looks racial and biased. You can't say he didn't know. He can't say, I'm not going to apologize because it wasn't me. He has to prove everything that goes on his Truth Social post because he disapproves by everything that's said about him that he don't care to be known. He's quick to shoot him down, fire him, or sue him. So I know he knows. I know he knew who posted it. And I know he saw the whole thing because he has to approve it. That's his profile. So Obama is doing the right thing as a leader and former leader and someone with a powerful image. Let the people decide, because everybody's already partially desensitized by social media right now. And some of it is not even worth commenting because if you try to comment and all this, the next day you're on to something else. Everybody's attention span is so short. You're already going to the next thing, and to the next thing, and to the next thing. Half the time, these arguments are not remembered unless you keep looping it in headlines or you let the algorithm loop it. So he did the right thing. It's good that he really didn't respond. I wouldn't have responded. I would have been like, that's just trash. Ha ha, And you could tell it's AI garbage. It was even pristine, professional AI video footage too. That's what made it worse. It just looked like a 5-year-old threw that together just to be funny.
And respect for the office, right? So that's been lost. But the reason I point out that I don't think the majority of the American people approve of this is because ultimately the answer is going to come from the American people. And we just saw this in Minnesota, in Minneapolis. It is important for us to recognize the unprecedented nature of what ICE was doing in Minneapolis.
All right, I'm gonna just cut it off right there. So he pretty much answered to the question, and he did break silence to this interview. And I think he would have just only broke his opinion on an interview because, at the end of the day, there's no point in commenting on social media bullshit. I mean, if you remember, he was the one who shoehorned the American country's technology into the digital age. He opened the doors for businesses to breach into the digital market. And he also pushed us to go from, you know, monologue TV to digital TV. So he's the foundation of America being where we are in the digital realm. So he already knows. He may look like he's old school or a boomer, whatever you want to call him, but he was already thinking ahead. And call it what you will, like him or not. He's handling it the best way anyone should handle anything else on social media. It's not even real. It's not even worth my time if it looks like, especially if it looks like bullshit, you know. So that's the short clip I wanted to react to. I mean, he pretty much answered it in a more professional and more of a leadership role because it's better to leave it for the people, to the people, by the people at the end of the day. It wouldn't have made it any better if he had actually responded on X because he doesn't respond on Truth Social. I have an account on there to see what's going on, but he's not on there. So that's it for the clip. I'm going to react to Jeffrey Epstein's second unreleased interview. I'm going to try to pinpoint questions about his involvement with underage women, and it should bridge the gap with people's talking points about what they were trying to find in the files. I'm not going to react to the files. I don't even want to look at them because I already knew they were going to be redacted. But with the interviews that's been released, I think that's more credible because now we can hear it from his mouth. We can hear him being questioned about this, and we can see what this man was thinking and how he reacted to it. So for now, everyone have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your Valentine's Day. See y'all later.